All
Hello,
good?
my name's Perfect. Hello, my name's Rupert. This is our group project, Out and About. It's a social planning app, and it was designed using Google Material 3 designs and some custom designs as well to match the palette. And these are the rest of my group members.
I'm Zachary Jacobs.
I'm Sahil Sah.
And my name is Veniamin. I'll be walking you guys through the login part of our application. So when a user opens up our application, they're greeted with this screen. There, they can either continue without logging in, but for now, we're going to work on using a user. They can register if they'd like to. Obviously, that'll bring them to this screen where they can input their email and a password. For now, we're going to use a predefined user that has some data saved for it, so we can show off some of our plans that have been pre-built just for you. So after a user signs in, their login information should be stored. So anytime they come back to the application, they'll be greeted with this screen. On this screen, they can do multiple things. They can log out if they need to, and then log back in. The next button to the left of that is Saved Plans. So if they click on that, they'll be brought to this recycler view, which has a saved list of all their previous plans, where they can filter through whatever they want to find and previous places they've been to. But this will be a running list of all their previous plans. So if we'll go back to the previous screen, we can hit the New Plan button and start generating new plans.
All right, so once the new plan is clicked, the user has two options here to either allow device permissions to grab their location or for the user to input location in case they want to meet up with a friend in a different city, for example. So let's check out the current location real quick just to see how the permissions look like and what we expect. So here a user can either don't allow, only allow this time, or while using the app. And we also made this a requirement if they do click this button that the location permissions need to be allowed. However, let's go ahead and check out what the start plan looks like whenever we want to input location. So here we're conditionally rendering the interlocation button or the text view. However, if you click the other button where you use the phone's permissions, the longitude and latitude would automatically be grabbed for the screen and pass that forward. So let's say we enter Boston for the location, and also this the enter location is a required um, parameter to be able to generate plan whenever the activities have been selected. So now the user can start adding activities or setting the times and types of activities that they're thinking of. So let's go ahead and check out the different time options. Then they set it to PM, and then we have 4 different options for the activity type they want to search for the first activity. So let's go ahead and click entertainment for the first one. Now the user can either generate plan here or add another activity builder slot, which here they could do the same thing. Let's set another time for 2:30 p.m. and one for, and then keep it as restaurant. And if this looks good to them, they can generate the plan from here, which will pass the time, type, and location data forward to the next screen where the API parameters and calls will be needed. How also, if they weren't happy with this, they can click the remove button and remove the activities that were added and then add new ones to start fresh again. And then so you hit the generate plan. And then now Zach can talk to what goes. Zach can talk about what happens next.
So at this point in the app process, the app will start making API calls to the Google Places API and also the Google Geocoding API. When the user chooses to select a plan around an input location, the geocoding API will be used to get the location in latitude and longitude for the app to use in its search. And if they use their current location, it'll already be set and grabbed at the time that they click the search by current location button. So the user is presented with 2 options. They can either have their activity randomly searched, or they can click the customize search to add some parameters. So we're going to click the customize search to see some of the options that the user's given. Upon clicking that activity, their user is shown categories of events that they can choose. For right now, we're choosing entertainment. So we have things such as amusement center, aquarium, bowling, movie theater, museum, and the user has the option to select any combination of these. Upon selecting the desired customized search options, the search button can be clicked, and at which point a customized query is made, formatted in the way the Google Places API would like to see, and will return relevant places of interest according to these parameters.
Great. So once we get to the swiping screen, the user is presented activities one at a time. As we can see, these are entertainment activities fitting the parameters that we chose from our customize. So if the user likes the Wang Theater, then they can swipe it to the right to save it to their liked activities, and say the user's not interested in the Paul Revere House, they can swipe that to the left. However, if a user accidentally swipes the wrong one, they can see their show disliked activities. And this will show their disliked activities. Now, if we go back to the swiping screen, we can choose our liked activities, say out of the ones that were presented, we think this one's great. So we can click on it to select it. We can choose this activity. And now this activity will keep repeating itself until we go through all of the different. So say for restaurants, I'm not picky about food type. We just want to do a random search. And this will give us a whole variety of different restaurants. Tate's is fantastic. I love Tate's, so we'll choose that. I'm not a big fan of oysters myself, so we'll get rid of that. And a wine bar sounds great, so we'll select that, like that as well. And let's look at our liked activities. Perfect. Now between these two, I'm familiar with Tate's, so I'm going to go ahead and click Tate's. We'll select that activity, choose it, and move forward with our app. Great, and then I'll pass it forward to Benjamin to finish our plan summary.
So at this point, the user is presented with their fully customized plan, and they can do several things here. They can name their plan if they'd like to, save it for the future. So let's say this is our plan. And once they name it, they're able to actually save it. And once they hit save, this plan will be saved to our Firebase real-time database, and we can pull it down whenever a user is logged in and they can view over their plans again. They can also export that plan. If they click the export button, this will bring up the menu for choosing where they would like to export the plan. So they can basically copy to their clipboard if they'd like to, or they can send it via text message. So it's honestly up to them, however they want to share it with their friends. The other thing they can do is they can hit the new plan, and this will allow them to regenerate this plan and basically start from scratch. And so we're back to where we started.
Right on, yeah. And
yeah.
that's our app. I hope you guys like it. Yeah.
Sweet.